Hello YouTube, it's Team Endgame here, bringing you a deck breakdown of my new Dual Knight deck, which has been a long time coming, but I've spent a lot of time fiddling around with it, making sure I get it how I like it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we'll start with my grade 3s. We have 4 Dual Knight Ashley Reverse. She is one of the best grade 3s for rollable. Yeah, I'd say it's one of the best grade 3s for roll Paladins.
It depends on...
Not just Dual Knights, but generally roll Paladins, because I think it's just an insanely strong card.
If you're waiting on a limit break move, then yeah, sure. But in terms of stride, no, that bloody Atmal, Atmal's dumb.
So for those who don't know her skill, limit break 4, cat blast 1, lock one of your Dual Knight rearguards. It's Dual Knight, isn't it? Yeah.
Limit break though.
I'm trying to think, like, has there ever been a point where I might have accidentally done that? Because we're known for misplays.
Apparently.
Yeah, so cat blast 1, lock one of your Dual Knight rearguards to plus a card. Or was it a Dual Knight again?
Oh my god!
Yeah, plus a Dual Knight. Wow, I'm really good at knowing my cards. Plus a Dual Knight from your deck and then retire one of your opponent's front row rearguards. Yeah. So, really strong card, etc, etc. The second grade 3 is not the Break Ride, Ashley. It is Sprout Dual Knight Camille, which is from the Fighters Collection 02. So the first one that we got.
Like we thought about it and then looked, rather than just looking to make sure he was right before saying it.
So I think she's a better backup than the Break Ride Ashley for the whole Ashley support, etc, etc, etc. Because it again works off Limit Break. Her skill is Limit Break 4, the beginning of your main phase, if the number of Dual Knight... No, it's just the number of rearguards. Ha! Even better. If the number of rearguards you have is 3 or less, you can count plus 1 and call a Dual Knight from your deck.
It doesn't matter, because it's a Dual Knight deck.
I know, but you can use it in something else, which is quite nifty.
Oh my god, he's overlaying it.
I'm overlaying it.
That's disgusting.
So again, this works really well with Limit Break and Limit Break removers, etc. So your grade 3 ride is supposed to be strong and go plus and brush them down, as the deck is kind of meant to do.
Otherwise, you're going second and destroy. But...
yeah, otherwise it doesn't make much of a difference because you just stride over it, but Dual Knight, you know. Dual Knight Vanguard, Dual Knight this, Dual Knight that, blah 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 blah. Grade 2s, 4 Sword Me, because broke. So count boss a Dual Knight.
But Aaron, isn't it banned?
Call a Dual Knight. It is now officially, you can only use it if both your grade 3s in your deck are Dual Knights, which they are, so hooray. Next grade 2 is one that not a lot of people use. It's linking Dual Knight Tilda. So her skill is when a grade 3 unit with Dual Knight and its card name is placed on the Vanguard, you can count plus 1 and call a grade 1 or less roll Paladin from your deck. So again, it kind of helps the early game rush, grade 3 ride, oh look, I plus this, limit break remover, oh now I can do this. The idea is you either get a Sword Me, grade 2, on grade 2 ride for the rush to call it out then, or you wait and do it on the grade 3 ride to call it out, which then can segue straight into Camille's skill for the beginning of main phase, or you can go and do the lock, count blast, retire, and call on your own shit.
Of course, it being the limit break remover, I don't think you mentioned it. If you did, I passed that one.
I probably didn't.
You said it called it. I was like, what's it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing to mention is if you're worried about it being attacked, just put it at the back row, that grade 2.
Or if you've got enough guard to guard it, then guard it. And the last grade 3 is Pure Winds Dual Knight Columbininus. I've never actually read his name. Kimbelinus. Okay, so he's when this card intercepts, you can Soul Blast a Dual Knight if the number of other Dual Knight rearguards you still have are 3 or more. So it basically needs to be the 4th one, then you intercept, you still have 3, you get 10k shield.
You have 2 on the front row, you can still intercept with both of them if you want to.
Yeah, and then you get 10k shield, so it becomes 15. So I think it's a really strong guardy card. I like guardy cards, they help a lot.
Yeah, we always like guardy
cards. No 12k swingers, you don't really need them because the stride pretty much makes up for that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's all I really have to say on it. You're not going to use Miranda because you're not running full Ashleys, and even then it's only 11, and it's on here. It doesn't really make much of a difference in my eyes. And I think the rest are just 8k and stuff. So, grade 1s, we have 3 perfect guards. What? Only 3? Yeah, because I've got 1 tech of a quintet in there.
You know, people were taking you seriously until you went to this bit.
Well, look, you don't counterblast an awful lot in this deck, really.
You do. If you go first, you do.
Yeah, if you go first, you counterblast max of 3, and then after that, you don't really counterblast, you go stride, big power, stride, big power. So, I found that actually running the quintet, if you find it, it's actually quite helpful because it's just one card to guard like a big number potentially. Because it can...
I hate the people that take a quintet. I hate it.
I just like it.
Just run 2 quintets and 2 of that, or run 4 quintets or 4 perfect guard. Don't tech one and think you'll find it. There have been games where I don't even find a perfect guard, so while you tech it and you can't search it, it's really annoying me. But whatever. I understand that you have 1 counterblast spell, 2, so if you find it, you find it. I understand that. Go on.
The next grade 1 is Calling Jewel Knight Christine. Try and get on the camera properly. It's really hard doing this backwards. Nope, there you go. So she's the new one from the Fights collection. Counterblast 1 and then reveal a grade 3 from your hand. If you have 3 on all Jewel Knight rearguards when you call it, you can call a grade 3 from your deck. At the end of the turn, that will bounce back to your hand and then you can discard a card.
So you imagine combining it with one of those grade 2s.
So it's kind of like a setup for like later turns, because you have to reveal the grade 3 obviously, but then you get one out of your deck, so you get an attack out of it, which is quite nice, and it bounces back to your hand. So you can either then discard the grade 3 you had or the one you just got, or you can discard another card to keep both grade 3s in your hand, so you've got stride for next turn. Other than that, it's a deck fin, so deck fin's always nice.
It's deck fin, and also the fact that it feels out of field on ride. So you go grade 3 ride, blah blah, plus plus plus.
Also, you can do it early game. So if you're on grade 2 Vanguard, you can still call grade 3 out from your deck, which is also good. There you go. That's another one that I just thought of on the spot there. I'm so good.
You didn't? You knew that anyway. You told me about that before.
And then next grade 1 is Sabrami, Limbrate Mover, self-explanatory, combo wombo, blah 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 blah. And I've got 2 techs of Septicus because I like having extra stride units. Especially considering you need to keep grade 3s in your hand for that one. So it just helps. This is getting wonky and wonkier.
I didn't want to say it.
You did?
I really wanted to say it, but I couldn't bring myself to say it.
It's not your deck breakdown, you don't care. Ha ha ha.
You dissed me being wonky, I thought I'd wait until you made the mistake.
It's actually not... yeah, this will be the last line. This is good, this is good. So, got 2 draw there. Whoop. And then 4 draw there. So 6 draw. I'm going to try that way.
No, that's a bad move.
That's a bad move.
Don't go under it.
2 crit, and then 4 crits with an effect. Yay! So this is a Batram. So at the end of the turn, if you have Vanguard with Jewel Knight as card name, 3 or more rare cards with Jewel Knight, you draw a card and put this back into the deck and shuffle.
Hooray. So dumb. Just...
So you can just get an extra 4k to make like an 11 column with your 7 little rush. Oh look, it goes back on draw. So woohoo!
I understand them promoting stand triggers and giving them effects, but don't give more crit triggers effects because they're just going to be chucked in.
Yeah, but that one you needed a Jewel Knight Vanguard and 3 Jewel Knight Rearguards. So until now it hasn't really been useful. And then 4 heals obviously. So I run 6 draw, 6 crits. There's reason for this. One is because you kind of need to find these components for your early game rushing. So you need to find your sword knees, you need to find your Tilda, and ideally a Limp Break Mover. So if you can find a Limp Break Mover on its own just through draw triggers or drawing it naturally, then great. If not, you want to find ways to recruit it, so you've got that early game, grade 3 rush, full field, whack them. Late game you'll be striding into big numbers, so it doesn't really make much of a difference, you're just going to beat them down, so draws don't really make much of a difference there, but it's nice to have those cards and able to guard and find the stuff that you need.
The only thing you're bearing in mind, in the long run this deck will always win because it's beating you down. It's just 3 turns of power, bigger power, stupid power. If not stupid power, because you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it 4 times, can't you? Once.
3 times.
Oh, once flips one up. Yeah. So 3 times of just power, bigger power, stupid power.
And I forgot the starter, which is Tiffany. So into Soul, give 2 Jewel Knights, 3k.
So if you can find perfect guards and things and sustain your field, or sustain your guard against them, you're fine.
Moving on to the strides, kind of obvious. You got 4 Evangeline. Bloody key card of the deck, it just makes it dumb as shit. So it is. It's though. Bloody dumb.
It's like we'll get rid of Sanctuary Guard because it's broken. Let's give you something just as good as Sanctuary Guard.
And you're getting Sanctuary Guard support in the next set. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So Sanctuary Guard will be its own deck again.
Yeah.
That side, if you have a Jewel Knight Heart, you can flip any card in your G zone face up. But the first time you'd always flip this. Then, if you have 3 or more Jewel Knight Rearguards, all your Jewel Knights will get 3k for each of the Evangelines face up in your G zone. So the first one will be ride on the stride, and then 1 flipped. So all your Jewel Knights will get 3k. And then the next turn you'll ride another one and flip something else, that will be 6k. And then you ride again and flip, and they'll all get 9k. So basically 6 to a column, 12 to a column, 18 to a column, because that's not broken.
Alternatively, if you wanted to win that second stride, you can flip the same one up again.
Yeah. Technically yes, but I don't see why you would, because you'd want to get free uses out of that personal. Then the last grade 4s are 2 Outmile, just in case you need to get a field. So Outmile is, when it's placed on the Vanguard, you flip him up. If you do, this will get the skill, all your front row rear guards get 3k for the turn. Then, basically, if it's GB2 at that point, is that right?
You should flip it up and it gets GB3.
No, sorry, if there's 2 or more face up in the G zone. Yeah, it's GB3, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't say on the card 'cause it's old, but fine. If it's GB3, you call a grade 2 from your deck, and then that gets 5k for the turn. So that's one set of those in there, because that's the flip itself, just if you need to call a unit. And then the last 2 are Saint No, because if you can get the crit and you don't have a field or whatever, then fine. Sometimes it's actually better to do that on your second stride if they're at 4 damage. Sometimes it's not, it depends on the field and how your opponent's hand is. But that's pretty much the deck, guys. I think I've already got the matches up by now. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of my deck. Tell us what your deck is.
Don't let us back up, Aaron.
I've already had a comment on that.
Yeah, I know you have.
But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.